let's talk about the salaries, guys. This is a big one. We're going to talk about salaries and we're going to get into career progression, right? Because many of you guys want to know what the career progression is in somebody being in sales. I'm going to share something with you guys real quick. Okay? Because many of you guys just don't know. Many of you guys think people are just talking, people are capping. That's what y'all young folks be saying. It's cap. I had to figure out what that meant, man. I'm old. Getting ready to be 40 years old this year. I don't be saying no shit like cap. But anyway, check out my screen. You guys can see it. You guys can see my screen, right? These are the top highest paying tech sales jobs for Q1 of 2023. This is an article that was wrote by the Quota. And if you look at companies like IBM, $385,000. Strategic account executives at IBM are making OTE of $385K, and top performers can bring in $782,000. We don't just make this shit up. Nobody's making this up. This is the truth. UiPath, $350,000. If you're working for a company like UiPath, your OTE is $350,000, and top performers can bring in $945K. $945K. Workboard, $350,000 is your OTE. Think about this, guys. You get into tech sales. You spend 3 or 4 years, or let's just say 2 or 3, depending on how fast you progress, because you're putting in that time. You're putting in that effort. You move to an account executive, strategic account executive, enterprise account executive, because you get promoted. Making $350,000 in OTE? I just hired somebody on my team who's making $331,000 in OTE. Many of you guys don't know what OTE is, but think about OTE is your base salary as well as your variable compensation, meaning that your commissions and your salary package, right? Or your whatever your other package that you may get from your compensation perspective. Typically is a base salary followed by commissions that makes up your OTE. Workboard, $350,000. What do you guys say about that? Sales law, $340,000. What do you guys say about that? Tell me what you guys say about that. Don says high reward, high risk. Damn right. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. The only way you make a whole bunch of money in your life is by risking stuff, right? When you risk things, you probably want to get a high reward if it turns out in your favor and you put in the work and get the opportunity to make it work. You start a business. That's a very high risk. Many of you guys talk about being an entrepreneur. Well, you ain't going to be an entrepreneur when you're broke. You're not going to be an entrepreneur when you're broke. When you have money, because you've worked in tech sales, you can take that money and put it into a business and create a company like Level, like I created. Create a company like Black Heights, like I created. Yes, the risk is high, but it's also a big time reward. A big time reward, guys. So what do you guys think about these salaries? Now you see it. Christian, what do you think about these salaries, man? You know about it now. Since you jumped into tech sales and you saw people making millions of dollars now. What do you guys think about this? If you want to make $350,000 in your career, type a 1 in the chat. Type a 1 in the chat. You see these companies paying this kind of money. Let's go to other ones. Sales law, $340,000, right? Their top performers can bring in $876K. Harness, $340,000. Top performers can bring in $1.26 million. Boomi, $330,000. Top performers can bring in $1 million. What do you think when you go to these neighborhoods, guys, that you want to live in, or you see these shows that, people are renting houses and stuff like that? What do you think the majority of these people, do? The majority of these people are in sales. The majority of these people are in sales, some sort of sales or some entrepreneurship. That's what it is. You see how much money you can make in tech sales. It's a shitload of money, guys. I know somebody who works for my company right now. Over $1 million. Over $1 million. How do I know? Because I have access to him and have access to the reports and how much money he's making. Dude sold over a $4 million deal. Getting paid millions. One deal. He's getting paid millions. Older gentleman too, in his 60s. Maybe have, 3 or 4 years left. This is his tech sales career for us. President's Club, not President's Club, right? You have those years where you don't hit it, right? You're making money, but you don't hit it. So this is $1 million year for him. Last year is probably like a 700,000 year for him. The prior year was probably a 600,000 year for him. It goes up, it goes down, but guess what? It's all over $500,000. Mark isn't living, broke. He isn't talking about dumb shit. He's not talking about, the color of the basketball that's being dribbled over there. What he's talking about is, hey, what trip I'm going to take? How do I get this private jet? What school do I send my kids to? Or what college? Or should I pay for it cash? What other investment should I invest in to make this money make babies for me? To make even more? How should I gain additional skills so I can hit $1 million consistently? And he took the level course. Right? So it's big time, guys. It's big time. And money is a huge component of it. Money is a huge component of it, guys. So that's the money that you can make. You see it. You see the compensation. And not only that, guys, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, I'll show you another statistic right now as well, too. Bureau of Labor Statistics, you know what? Tech sales, it's going to consistently grow. New software innovations are going to continue to come out, and they're going to need people to be able to sell that software and those solutions. Bureau of Labor Statistics has it growing at about 8% annually. 8% annually every year up until 2031. That's higher than the median in any other job that's out there. Right? That's going to give you more opportunities because technology is going to continue to evolve. They're going to need people. You see AI and stuff like that right now. They need people to sell that because they're going to be companies that are making improved software or enhancing their existing software with AI. And who's going to sell it? It doesn't just sell itself. It doesn't just sell itself. So can AI replace somebody in sales? No. It's people skills. AI doesn't have people skills. It can make you more efficient by writing your emails for you, making sure that you have the right tone. I sound like I'm preaching right now, right? Maybe AI would be like, yeah, Antoine, soften your tone up a little bit, depending on your audience. And I can just go, a little bit softer now, right? And instead of me preaching, I can change the voice in my tone to something like, hey, you know what? Like, this is more convincing, right? Like, this is the path that you should go if you want to make money. You don't want to be broke. And you are, let's just say you're behind in life. Let's just say you're in your 40s, right? And you don't feel like you accomplished very much in your life. This is the fastest way that you could make that up. It happened to me. It certainly happened to me. I wasn't behind, but in my 30s, I was making $200,000 a year. I'm still in my 30s. I'm making over 6 now. That's just with my W-2. That's the expectation. Just like I told you about Mark, who's making millions and trying to keep it at the millions, my expectation is I don't go lower than that $600,000 mark. And then with all the other things that I do, because I'm able to stick that money and invest into other areas, that other side grows as well, too, where I'm on a trajectory to do millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. You guys have saw the AO show. I said what I'm projected to do this year, 1.3 million. Everything continues to go right like it is. 1.3 million. And I don't want to hear anything from the broke people talking about how I should live my life and what I should spend my money on, because I don't listen to you guys. I don't listen to the broke people. I don't listen to brokes. I don't listen to people that talks about, the people that you should date or marry. That's BS. I don't listen to any of that stuff. Or I don't listen to people that tell me how I should live my life, because you're not living your life that way. And my life is absolutely amazing. have an amazing life. I have an amazing life. It's great. I have everything that I've ever asked for, but I have goals and things like that I want as well. And I'm going to continue to pursue those goals. I want to have a private jet. I want to have access to a private jet one day. Hopefully by the time that I'm 50 years old, I'll be flying around in the jet. I'll be picking up my boy Christian, picking up my boy Damien, go to Las Vegas, smoke some cigars, fly back home that night. That's the kind of life I want to live. And you can only do that by having high salary, making strategic investments, taking the money that you're earning as an employee, as an employee, investing that the correct way to become an employer, making even more money. And the way that you can do that, guys, is tech sales. Okay. Now let's talk about this.